So I have 5 minutes to answer a set question, so we'll jump straight into it. If you don't know who I am, it's me, Bareth. Um, uh, 87. I am a Twitch streamer. I stream over on Twitch, so please come and check me out if you do wish to. There'll be links in the descriptions below. Now, that being said, I have 5 minutes to say the 5 best games that show animals, and you can play as animals in some of these. So shall we go? Shall we move on? So first off, let's start across with Pokemon. I feel this is a little bit of a cheap one, but I'm going to take it because nostalgia tells me to. Nostalgia is something very special. It has this place that it can create bias when in you, and that's fine. It's fine to be biased. The whole fact of the matter is we carry these biases, and nostalgia is a big part of bias. And that's why Pokemon's on this list. I don't think there's been a great Pokemon for a long period of time. But that bias, that nostalgic bias, really puts it in here. The next one is Fallout 4, I believe it is. Where you get the dog. It's a companion. It's useful. You can work with it. It helps you, and I think that's really important. It fulfills that man's best friend kind of imagery, and I think that's something really nice to actually see in a video game. Now, as I was doing this list and I was thinking of games which have animals in, I didn't want to go for the likes of Last of Us 2, you bastards. What I wanted to go for was games that kind of filled me with love and joy for what goes on. So that's why I went to Stray. Stray is a terrifying game at parts and places, but overall, I really enjoyed Stray. Stray was an absolutely phenomenally fun game. It offered little bits and pieces, and do you know what? I really, really think they made a beautiful world, and the idea of the future and everything the future has to hold, and seeing it through a cat's eyes, and being a stray cat as well, it definitely added something to the game. It's something fresh, it's something new, and it's hard to find fresh new games. Um, just ask the makers of 90% of games what feel like rehashed ideas. Talking of rehashed ideas, this is a sequel, but I wouldn't call it a rehashed idea as per se. But Final Fantasy VII, less so remake, more than one coming out, but the extension of Red 13. Red 13 is an absolutely beautiful character. I'm taking him as an animal. He probably would argue that point, but he can argue that point as much as he likes. He's not here to defend himself. No, no. I get why people may say that he's not an animal and therefore he doesn't really fit into this. But over and all, for me, he fits this quite nicely. He I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays in the new Final Fantasy VII. But obviously, the Final Fantasy remake he was in, and so Final Fantasy VII as a whole with Red was cool. But an animal with a story. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in Final Fantasy VII remake. Rebirth, isn't it? This next one. That is where we're going. The last one is a game I'm yet to complete. Actually, I have completed at least a version of the following of the previous games, and this is probably my favorite one. And it goes in a lot in line with what someone really, really wanted when I was running a D&D campaign, which was a pet owl bear. Now he begged and begged and I begged for this pet owl bear. I finally gave in and gave it to him, and then that the D&D session ended quite badly, but that's absolutely fine. But Baldur's Gate 3, the fact you can have a pet owl bear and you can have a pet dog as well. There's actually a trophy for petting them both at the same time, which I thought was really, really cool. Overall, that's for me the top 5 games that have an animal that you can have or you play as. They're the top 5 for me. So that was Pokemon, with like all the Pokemon. Fallout with the dog that you can get. I'm obviously a massive dog fan compared. Stray, where you play as a stray cat. Final Fantasy VII, where you have Red 13, and Baldur's Gate, because you get the owl bear and the dog. Come on, you've got to love it. Now, for me, that is everything. I'm running out of time here, so I hope you have a fantastic one. Stay safe, stay well, and enjoy your day, evening, month, or night. Month or night? That's really weird to say. Come and check me out at www.twitch.tv/Barrett87. So from me, goodbye.